Well, I hope I wasn't looking like a crazy man there because it said I wasn't live and then it came out like I was on live. But hey, welcome to another episode of Viva Los Bills, Buffalo Will, Cousin Vinny. What up,
What
cuz?
up? What up? What's up?
Nothing,
You
you
always
know.
look crazy, so there ain't no difference, man.
One of my buddies was like, "Yo, why are you always looking off to your right? Why are you always looking off to your right? Like I was scared, or he's like, you look nervous or something." No, I have another laptop here, and I look at the comments that people send in, and so we're trying to put them out there on air. And if it doesn't come out to here where I could just shoot it out, I just read them. Like you all know, whoever knows or whoever watches, that's what happens. I'm not lost, you know.
That's the info. That's where you get your info from, man.
That's right, and I might
See,
look up some
you always
stats.
you always making fun of me because I'm looking down. That's why I got mine right here like this.
Pretty much. So that's what that is. So Vinny looks down, I look to my side to look at
That's
it.
right.
Oh, it's about that time. Let me reach down.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh. What you got? What you got this week?
I went back to the beginning, back to the start for us.
Okay,
Medalla,
okay.
yeah.
I see you. I see
Puerto
you.
Rico is light beer. That's it.
You got the medalla.
Medalla. What about
Let me
you?
see. I got me a Sweetwater 420 strain. It's the Mango Kush Wheat Ale right there.
That sounds
I
kind of
told you
good.
I'm gonna start with something new every week, so I'm gonna try to see what it look like. See what it.
Cheers to all the Bill fans, Buffalo, playing,
Cheers.
Buffalo, whatever. Cheers. This means something when we start. Cheer. When we start the season.
It's
We're
pretty
gonna
good.
is it?
It's pretty good. Shout out to Sweetwater 420 strain. Let me
We'll have
see. Can you get it right there?
kind of.
There you go.
I gotta squint a little. I'm getting old, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I dropped the ball. I didn't have time to go out there, even though I had a whole week. I just
Next
didn't.
week. Next week, bro.
Next week. Next week. That's right. Next week we'll do that. All right. I guess we'll hop into some news. As always, let me check out over here because that's what I do, and I look a little crazy according to my peeps. And away we go. NFL news. The NFL sends out its memo saying not to anticipate all virtual off-season meetings, which is a good idea. It's good. A lot of people are starting to get their vaccines, and they're trying to push. They're not telling them to get it, but they're kind of pushing it. So it
Hmm.
seems like if you get your vaccine, you could go in person and do certain things. But if you're not, you got to do it virtually. So it's a little iffy, but hey, I see everything. All the sports are seeing to be going in that direction. You
Hmm.
want lighter things or get your vaccine. That's pretty much what they're telling you to do. So the
Yeah.
players are seeing it too. And I guess the coaches, everybody's going to see it that's what they're going to try to push for.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think made MLB started today. I think it's all full capacity except for one team, I believe. Um,
the Yankees were
that's
20%.
were
So
they
I don't know
20%? Okay.
and I don't know if everybody is. I think it just depends on the state. Maybe
Okay.
they said they could, but I think it was 20% for New York. I don't
Okay.
know about the states though. But I did see working wise, Colorado had fans, but they weren't full. There was a few different stadiums. Everybody had fans, but it wasn't just full.
Yeah. Today's the first day I believe they had like a full season opener, like all the teams played. I never seen that before. I usually see them like in Florida or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think all the teams just start. The season started today, which is pretty cool.
Yep, that was cool. Yeah, everybody's out there. Boston, Boston against Baltimore Orioles got postponed due to rain,
Mm,
but the
okay.
Mets versus Washington Nationals got postponed due to COVID, and I believe it was on the
Oh wow.
Washington side, so they just canceled it. Just they don't have all
Precaution.
the details, but that's pretty much what it was
Yeah.
out there. Also, real quick, my cousin Carmen Teresita, we call her, she put medalla. Mayagüez as the
That's
beer is
right.
actually from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, and
Puerto
she said,
Rico.
"Just like your family." Yes, my family's from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. So it's medalla. Cheers.
Salud, salud. I ain't got medalla today, but you
Yeah.
know.
Hola, titi Alenia. Todo mundo. Hola. So there you go. All right. And my friend Nick is trying to be funny. He's like, thanks for the update text. Listen here, clown. Anyway, some more news from the NFL is that they might allow linebackers, running backs, and cornerbacks to wear single digit numbers, where in the past
Mm,
that was only for punters, kickers, and quarterbacks. So now they're going to see if they allow it to happen. I mean, I could see a corner maybe wearing a single digit.
yeah.
Linebacker, you see it in college, but it might look a little weird. And I don't know. I could just see those guys wearing running backs, maybe too. But seeing a
Yeah.
linebacker with a single digit, that to me is more like college. But hey,
It's
who
gonna be a
cares?
little different. It's gonna be a little different down here in Florida in high school. My son,
Mhm.
both of my sons play high school football, and the better guys had the lower digits number. Like if you had number one, you were the man, and so
Yeah,
on and so forth. Two, three, four, five, six. But you see that in high school, but you don't see that in NFL. They're usually allotted, the 20s for the running backs, the 40s for the fullbacks, the 80s for the wide receivers, and so on and so forth. So to see it's probably gonna be a little bit weird in the beginning, but you get used to it.
yeah. The whole thing was linebackers could go anywhere from 40s up, I believe, and
Mm-hmm.
then running backs were 20s to 40s or in like mid
Mm-hmm.
40s.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's I get it, and it will look a little different, I guess, when they do allow it. So, but it's kind of cool. At least
that is kind of cool.
they're lightening up in certain things. Plus, they keep
Yeah,
retiring numbers, so some teams
yeah, they're gonna run out of numbers
you're gonna have to do that. So makes
for sure.
sense. It's cool, but I don't want to see the 350-pound round guy.
With number three.
No, that it's not gonna look right. That will look right.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I don't know if you have it in the news. I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke, but I read that the Buffalo Bills helmets are going to be the face mask going to be white. I don't know if you have that in the news on your end over there,
I have it in
but
the news.
I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke. But me and you talked about it, in the middle of the season when they did play that game with the white face mask. You said you never even noticed it. I was like, man, that's fire. It looks a lot different than the typical gray one. So
Yeah,
I read somewhere on the internet. There you go. It's the internet. I don't know if it's true or not because today is April Fool's. But I read that they're gonna have white helmets for the rest of the season. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to follow up on that. Let y'all know.
well, I have something loading, so we'll play it once it's loading, done loading in the
Okay.
back. You say I was trying to get it up early. I was running a little late, so just hopped on here. We're starting to pound here.
It's all good. It's all good.
But I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke. I don't think so. I would be surprised if it was. So I guess we will find out. But when this thing loads up, we'll play it at some point. Another thing is 2021. It's official. We're gonna have a 17 game season. So that means the Buffalo Bills will be playing the Washington Football Club. Gotta make
Hmm.
sure I don't mess that up. Uh, so hey, we get an extra game. The league's been pushing for 18 for the longest time. So now they settled on 17. Now for the next time for the league to push for 18 games again would be 10 years from now. So we'll see if they try to push for that. But as of right now, we're going to have 17 games. I don't know how the whole
I,
playoff system, if it's going to work out, but I mean, what do you think?
I think it works out. I believe the extra game was allotted. The best team of the NFC. Every team in the AFC has to play an NFC team, and I think since we won the AFC East, we match up with the NFCs. So the winner with that was Washington. So I don't know how it's going to fare out in the last game of the season, but isn't Fitzpatrick over there?
Yep.
Hopefully, hopefully
Yep.
we don't need like no tiebreaker or some stuff like that because we love Ryan, but the last game of the season, I don't know about all that. I don't want him beating us.
Hey, Coach Ron Rivera said still, though, it's not his job yet, that he
Mm.
will have competition. I don't know from who as of right now, but they're saying he will have competition for that spot. But I mean, from what's out there, I think it'll be Fitzpatrick playing. Hopefully, like you said, it doesn't come down to that last game for us to get into the playoffs. Hopefully they're in there. They don't have to worry about anything, and everything's gravy. But it's cool. We got an extra week of football. I like that. Nothing wrong with
And the
that.
good thing is an extra home game too.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. And hopefully we're winning
Nah,
because if we're not winning, that extra game is going to suck.
It's gonna be a long season.
Yeah, hopefully we weren't worried about that. Hopefully the Bills cruising and we're looking good. We're in the playoffs and we get to start most of our backups on that game. Hopefully.
Hopefully, it's a meaningless game for sure. But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, all the stuff that's going on with the AFC East, with all the moves the Dolphins are doing with their draft picks, all the moves that New England Patriots got. Um, this is the go-to year, man. The Bills have to do something. That's why you see a lot of the signings are for 1-year deals. I think they know that this is like do or die this year, man. I mean, because long term, it's looking a little bit iffy in terms of, we're gonna have our core guys for 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
but some of the signs that we have for 1 year, I believe that we're on the Buffalo Bills are on the cusp of getting that extra step to the Super Bowl. So let's see how it goes, man. But I know the AFC East is getting tough in the next couple of years.
That's the one thing. Hey, everybody, I didn't even mention that. I forgot to put that in my notes. All the moves that are being made. And the Dolphins, if the Dolphins aren't contenders within the next 2 to 4 years, then their GM should be fired. I mean, he's done a great job in getting them all these draft picks. Like
they're trading down to get better picks, future picks,
and then they move back up somewhat. So it's not like they're still in the top 15 of picks.
Yeah.
They have 2 picks per the next 3 to 4 years.
Yep.
I mean, if they can't put a team together and their team's already looking pretty good, they're starting to gel. I think the biggest question is Tua if he could take that next step. But I mean, man,
look,
they're gonna.
I think Tua's there. I think they're gonna stay with Tua because with all these draft picks and the exchanges they're doing and all the trades and stuff like that with the draft picks, they say the top 4 picks should be quarterbacks, like the first time ever. The top 4 picks should be quarterbacks going out. So I think Tua's there. I think they're gonna give him one more shot. So I don't think they're gonna do anything unless there's a crazy trade that comes up. But I think Tua's the man for this season coming up.
My buddy Tom, I called him Tommy Guns, or he's the golden one. He's right. My prediction: Buffalo headed to AFC Championship. We were there. We need to get there if we want to get to the Super Bowl. So I hope your prediction is looking pretty good, Tommy. I don't want to go out anywhere else. They need to win. Need to get to the Super Bowl and do what they need to do, especially with their whole team pretty much coming back. Now, on the news that we talk about, and it seems to only come out pretty much on like Pro Football Talk on NBC Sports or whatever, Deshaun Watson, this man. So, as of the other day, the lawsuit number has now hit 21. All right, 21. But there was a little stuff happening. Actually, so his lawsuits have hit 21. The NFL right now has enough evidence to support suspension of him if they want it, especially under the whole personal conduct policy. So if they wanted to suspend him as of right now, they can. But some good news for Deshaun was that, hey, 18 masseuses that he has
came in favor for him. Yeah.
We're in favor of him. Talking about it. One lady was like, the lady said something about a towel, that he was wearing a towel, and she's like, well, I was the one who told him how just use a towel. It's okay, So she thought it was funny. But he had 18 women come to his protector or voice that he's a good guy or he doesn't do any of that. My thing is this. You have 21 lawsuits against you. You have 18 supporting you, okay? That is 39 masseuses. 39
masseuses.
Why do you need 39 masseuses? You're telling me out of the top 5 or 5 of them, you couldn't figure it out which ones you liked or who was a good masseuse? You went on, let's say the top 10, pick 2 out of the 10.
Right, you know what I'm saying? He's on some Epstein stuff, but listen, some of the accusations, man, were pretty graphic. And man, after all is said and done, hopefully he comes out, everything comes out good. But still, the accusations and the just the explanations of what happened is kind of going to stick with you. Now when I see Deshaun Watson, I'm like, oh man, this guy said that he wanted this done to him, and it's kind of taints your image of him. So hopefully, all those allegations are proved wrong, and we'll see what happens, man. But other than that, if he gets one out of those 39, it's just gonna leave a bad impression. So hey, we're hoping for the best for you, Deshaun, and hopefully, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people that are looking for that quick paycheck, that quick money. He's worth 30, 40 million bucks if the contract would have went through. But at the same time, is there any truth to it? There's 30 people,
Well, 21.
It makes you think. 21 plus,
who knows?
Whatever. It's more than a dozen. So, those accusations, man, they hurt you. So, I think his image is going to be tainted for a while unless he gets cleared of all charges.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty tough for 21 charges to disappear. Yeah. I mean, at one point I was reading, they were saying possibly everything was starting to quiet down because people were going to get settlements
paid off.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. And then the 18 women came out in support of him. So I guess the whole payoff's not happening now. I'm not sure. Who's this? Can you see me now? I can't see you right now, but this might be Dennis. If it's from last time, maybe it's Dennis Bolger showing up on the show. I'm not sure. I'll have to look over here. Hopefully it pops up. But somebody said, "Can you see me now?"
Oh, that's my boy, Mr. Bishop. My boy Bishop, a New England Patriots fan, but he's my buddy, man. So after New England, after New England was eliminated, he still was. Every time I was watching the Bills game, he'd be like, "Man, did you see that play?" So he kind of rooted for the Bills. He's a good dude.
Oh, that's cool. So he's a good fan. He's a good fan.
He's a good fan. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Tommy was saying, "Hey, what are you guys thinking for the draft?" Honestly, I haven't looked much, but with the signings of linebackers and stuff, I'm thinking maybe D-end or offensive line. The draft is in what? It's actually coming up soon. We got
a couple weeks, yeah.
We got to make our predictions. We're going to have to start maybe next week or the week after that.
We can start next week, but now that with the signings of these linebackers, I mean, I was thinking of you when we got a couple of those linebackers, thinking, are we going to go get away from that nickel and get into that 4-3? Because every time you called it, that 4-3 defense, man, it was shutdown defense, man. Then we go back to that nickel, and it was kind of a little bit iffy. So with those pickups, those two, which you're going to talk about in a little while with those signings, those two linebackers, the one that came with 140-something tackles last season, man, it's looking more like either it's going to be very competitive. I can't see Milano, and I can't see Edmonds getting pushed out. So I'm thinking they're going to lean towards a 4-3 this year.
Let's see. And again, this is all depth. And, they stack the team usually before the whole preseason. And then after preseason cuts, some of these guys are gone or they go to the practice squad. All right.
Yeah, but 143 tackles last season.
142.
142 tackles. You think he's going to make the practice squad? There's going to be some serious stuff going on.
Maybe. I forgot who it was I was reading, and the guy, going back to the Deshaun thing, he was like, a lot of football players and teams use massage therapists. Nothing wrong with that. Usually you use between 2 to 5, I think he said, but not 39. Anyway, the Seattle Seahawks.
Just get in the ice bath. That's it. Just get out of practice, get yourself in the ice bath, and go home and go to sleep.
If I was a player, I would get massage therapy, chiropractor, and probably acupuncture. There's nothing wrong with it. He just,
See, if I was in the NFL and I'm married, like with my wife, I've been with my wife. If I was to be like, hey, I'm going to go get a masseuse, I guarantee you she get the ugliest, manliest looking masseuse to take care of me.
That or you just get a man. What are you talking about?
Just get a man. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, gotta keep him out of trouble. There's another fetch.
For sure.
Seahawks, they locked in, lock it. So what I did there? Locked in, lock it.
Locked in, lock it.
I'm a wordsmith. Anyway, they locked him in on a 4-year deal, $69 million contract extension. So hey, Russell Wilson should be happy, just a little bit more. But it's not an offensive lineman, so maybe he's not as happy. But hey, they take care of Lockett. The guy's been a beast up there. The only time when he got hurt. But I mean, Lockett's a hell of a receiver, especially with Metcalf and the other guys they have up there. Good job by them. Now, moving on to the Super Bowl champs, the Bucks. There's only one player from that team, pretty much, who won is not back on that roster. And that's Antonio Brown. So Antonio Brown last year only played half of the season. He signed for a $2 million contract. He had what? 45 catches,
Incentives. Yep.
483 yards, and 4 touchdowns, which is not bad for half of a year. But he said, or it's been said that other teams have reached out to him, but he hasn't signed anywhere. Tampa, I guess, reached out to him, but he hasn't signed there. So I guess he's looking for more of a payday. And I don't know if he's going to get it. Yeah, he went over there and he played well. He kept quiet. And that's probably because of Brady and those guys just said, yo, let's get the job done. Keep cool. But he already has that stigma with him. And I mean, I don't know why or how much he's asking for. But you're telling me you can't get $6 million unless he turned that down, especially if you want to go like to Baltimore or anybody. He's a good receiver still when he keeps his mouth quiet.
Yeah. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, from what I heard, have all 22 starters coming back. So I don't know if you have anything on the NFL rankings. I could touch on that if you don't have anything on them. But, of course, they're ranked number one. They're ranked number one because they returned all 22 starters besides Antonio Brown. Then you got Chiefs, second place, and number 2 in the rankings. But they got a couple things going on over there. I think they're gonna drop because Tyreek Hill talking about they approached him on having some to restructure his contract, and he said, hey, once I'm signed, which tells me that he don't care if he stays or whatever. Then you have Green Bay Packers in third, and then you have us in fourth. In the top 4 in the power rankings, which I'm okay with it, man. We're Bills fans, man. We always been the underdogs, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of felt weird during the season when we're, 12-3, 11-3, and it was like kind of felt weird because now we're expected to win because we have a good record. And if it wasn't for the Hail Mary, it would have been 14-2 at the end of the season. So a lot of people didn't see it coming. Me and you saw it from the beginning of the season. With the signings and the draft and everything. I mean, you called it. You said 13-3 or whatever, and I said 12-4. But we were close, and I think this year, pending some of the draft picks, I like what Brandon Beane has done with the existing core players. I like what the players have done in terms of restructuring their contract, taking pay cuts, getting guys here that just putting the word out there. Hey, like the Bills are for real, man. Come over here. People didn't want to come to Buffalo. Now people are seeing the culture, seeing what McDermott and Bean are doing. So they just changed the whole culture around. And I think next year we're going to do pretty good, man. But we got to see how we do in the draft. But with the core players we have, pretty much everybody coming back, I think we got another push for another AFC championship.
On a clown remark, but buddy Rob, he's like, my prediction, the Buffalo Bills season will be better than today's lunch. See, what's up with that? I don't even know.
What did he have for lunch? Hopefully he had steak and shrimp.
I doubt it. I don't know what he had for lunch, but there was a few selections. Oh, look at this. We even got this from Vinny. My cousin Vinny is watching Cousin Vinny. Uh-oh. I believe his cousin Vinny is the Dolphin fan.
Oh, okay. I got you.
He might be having his own show on our channel too. So stay tuned.
That's what's up.
And being with Bobby, hey, look at the Steelers signed wide receiver Matthew Sexton from Eastern Michigan. He went undrafted last year, but he played in the spring league. And in his pro day, he ran a 4.3. But being, I guess, since he went undrafted last year, they were able to just sign him after this Eastern Michigan pro day that he had over there. So good for them. They pick up a wide receiver. They lose. Who did they lose over there? I don't even remember. Home team. Doesn't matter. They re-signed Juju. I know that. So, oh, no. I was wrong. Bobby's cousin's a Colt fan. So, wrong cousin. My bad. But thanks for watching, Vinny. Keep on watching Vinny. So, all right, real quick. The tight end, Kyler Pitts, man. He has everybody going crazy after his pro day. Big dude, crazy vertical. His ran off 4.44 in the 40. Listen, the Bills could use a tight end. We love him, but I know damn well he's not going to be there unless they try to trade up. and get that tight end. I don't know how he is on blocking, but the guy's a beast. He's fast. He could catch. He runs after the catch.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be there for the Bills. Did you see
Nah, he
any of
won't be there.
that pro day?
I thought it was Florida. I think
Yeah,
it's from Florida. Copy.
yeah.
Yeah, 4.41. That's pretty doggone fast for a big tight end.
No, 4.44. I think it was straight fours.
Oh, straight four. I thought it was a 4.41. Same shit.
4.41.
But
No, that's
listen,
nobody's ran a 4.1 yet. So
no,
he
4.41.
oh,
4.41.
I thought you said
Yeah.
4.1. I was gonna say,
No, man, you crazy?
fast, boy.
Not even Hill could run that fast. I mean,
Crazy.
it's close, but not.
Yeah.
But look at Justin Fields. He ran a sub 4.3, 4.4 also, man, as a quarterback. That's sick, man. It's insane.
Yeah. The kid from
But for a tight end, how big is Pitts? He's like 6'4", 6'5", right?
I think
He's a big dude, man.
Yeah, he's huge. My thing
Can
is,
you imagine the guy 6'5" running 4.4, bro? That's insane, bro.
a lot of muscle. A lot of muscle. But again, don't get all excited because he's not going to be on our squad. Unless Brandon Me makes some crazy moves, but I don't see that.
Who knows? He got all these linebackers. Maybe they trade up, do something. I don't know. You don't know. That's what I'm saying. No. We're getting all these guys that are getting signed on.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's going to happen? Somebody's going to get traded. Somebody's going to get traded. We're going to trade up with our picks. We got to see what's going to happen.
I can see it, but I wouldn't give up the house for him.
No, for sure.
And you're going to have to move up pretty far up to get it for him. So who knows?
What's our first pick? Second round, right?
No, first picks. I think we have the 30th pick.
30th pick? I thought we gave it up. All right, we got to look into it. We're gonna have to do a show on our picks and see who you get, just like last year. Write them down and see what our needs are and looking at that's going to be our homework for next week.
Listen, I'm going to have to hit one because last year I didn't hit one. You hit one.
Yeah, Isaiah Hodgins, and I haven't heard nothing from him. I got to look into see what's going on with him.
No, you didn't. Oh yeah, you hit the right round or something. I thought because we both had Hodgins. No,
it was AJ Epinesa.
That's who you had. You had AJ.
It was AJ Epinesa.
Yeah, we both had Hodgins, but we didn't have AJ. You did, not me.
Yeah.
Real quick, ex-Buffalo Bills, Sammy Watkins. He's the only receiver that seems to want to go to Baltimore, pending a physical on a 1-year deal. So good for him. I thought he was going to call it quits, especially after last year saying all that stuff, but he didn't. So good for him. And that's about it on league news, unless you have something else to add.
That's pretty much it, man. You pretty much covered it.
There you go. Now, here we go. Let's move on. We're going to go some Buffalo Bills news. As always, this place, kaboom, Highmark Stadium now. It will be called Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Stadium. So no toilet bowl name for the Buffalo Bills. Whatever it was called last year or possibility, it ain't happening. And by the way, I think that's my health insurance, 900%. Maybe I'll get a discount on the ticket if we're ever able to get up there.
And you know, as a Buffalo fan, it's always going to be known as a Ralph to me anyway. It'll always be the new era. Forget new era. It's always going to be the Ralph to me.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say I was going to put that in there when I was writing it. It'll always be Ralph Wilson Stadium, but
yeah, man,
it's Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield Stadium. And they were saying they're going to try to abbreviate it or something. But that's what it is. I didn't see how much they got for it. But
hey, thanks for the sponsorship.
Penny. Yeah, it's a pretty penny. And that's going to probably improvements and some players' contract somewhere, something.
I thought Barstool Sports was like in the run for it, a while back.
It would have been.
I would have kind of liked Dave Portnier in there.
Yeah.
He's pretty crazy. That would have been good, but that's a lot of money, man. It's millions and millions of dollars. So,
yeah.
Hey, so shout out to them, to Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Hopefully, when I go to doctors, I'll tell them that. Maybe I'll get a discount.
Yeah, right.
More news. Brandon Powell is signing a 1-year deal. Everybody's getting a 1-year deal, pretty much like Oprah show. You get one. Everybody gets a 1 year deal. He played 15 games for the Falcons and caught 12 passes for 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's also averaged 8.9 yards per punt return, 20.2 yards per kickoff return. Now this, I don't know about you, but it kind of caught me by surprise because he just re-signed McKenzie.
Mhm.
I understand you want to have a little battle there, so I don't know if this is just to fill up the team for preseason, but I guess
Well, you got
just won't push
maybe
me.
the kid's going to be the kick returner, McKenzie the punt returner. That's the only thing I can think of, or a little bit of competition, that, like you said. So I think Isaiah is more of a asset to the team because he always gets in that slot, jet sweeps and fake jet sweeps, and so we'll see. We see it. He did run a punt return for a touchdown against Miami. So things are going to heat up in camp. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, we'll see where.
But I'm liking the signing. I'm liking the signing. So
I like it. We'll discuss it when we talk cuts way down the line, because how are you going to keep this guy in this? You brought back Taiwan Jones, so if you want to split it, like you said, McKenzie gets the punts. I would see Taiwan getting the kickoffs. Especially because if Brandon makes the team, he's going to have to play receiver too, and who knows if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I see it. Another signing. Got some line depth there. Put up this old picture against the Bills. Bobby Hart signs a 1-year contract after being released by Cincinnati earlier this month. He spent the last 3 years with Cincy, primary at right tackle. He has 66 starts in 79 games, which is pretty good. That's some good depth right there. To go on that line, I guess, because we lost Tynish. Maybe he's going to slide there. But the guy's been a starter for most of his career, so it's going to push. Who's our right tackle right now? Is it Ford?
Or Ford.
Dawkins, one of those guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to get more.
But just going to push him. I don't know about this signing. I was shocked, bro. Maybe it's for a depth thing, but New England. the Cincinnati Bengals front four haven't been, the best offensive line. They're probably ranked in the bottom 10. I like the kid though. He came from Florida State on 4. Haven't been really impressive. So I kind of feel the same way when we got Brian Winters. I kind of got that same, vibe. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Well, hopefully
proves me wrong.
We don't want that. Hopefully, it's nothing like Winters. No disrespect to him, but hey, he didn't do the job that we thought he would do. But hey, he's got a job. I think what was it, San Fran or something. Mm-hmm. Bobby Hart. Hey, if he plays to his capability or better, we got a good depth guy because he's not going to be on our offensive line right now. Dawkins or Ford. Can't see that happen. Now, this was the man you were talking about earlier. Terrell Adams has signed with the Bills. Last year, he had 114 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, and 2 forced fumbles. The Bills actually tried to sign him in 2017, but he failed his physical. So I'm hoping this guy comes in and competes. The numbers are pretty damn good. So
for sure,
like you said, is he going to compete with, who would it be? Edmonds pretty much got his spot locked. He could get better in pass coverage. Milano's not going anywhere. Unless he's going to compete with AJ Klein. But we did lose a few guys, depth guys on the roster, so hopefully he'll come in and start playing with them or competing there. But I think I like the depth. I like the move,
I do too. But, especially from last year, I think he only played 12 games last season and got 114 tackles total. I don't know where I got the 142, maybe for the whole year. I don't know where I got that from, but I just pulled it up. It was 112 tackles. But anyway, he's been around, man. He's been, he was at the Seattle Seahawks, Chiefs, Raiders, Colts, Texans. So he's been around the block. But I like this signing, man. Especially if he had 114 tackles in 12 games, man, that's balling, bro. That's 10, 11 tackles a game. So
Mm-hmm.
Where he's going to fit in the scheme, I don't know. Like I said, instead of going to the nickel, they probably go to 4-3, or just have those fresh legs, man. And Edmonds ain't going anywhere. He just turned 23. He's young. He's still learning. And he said himself, man, you guys haven't even seen the best of me yet. So I think the linebacker core is going to be, AJ Klein,
Yeah.
Matekovic. Man, there's a lot of guys, a lot of depth. So we're going to see how that plays out.
We got to see who's going to make the squad or who doesn't. Adding another linebacker was Markel Lee here from the Raiders. Yep. Again, another 1-year deal. He was a former 5th-round pick. And him and actually Terrell Adams battled for a linebacker job in 2017, and I believe Lee won it. And this was, I believe, with the Raiders. So they know each other. They've competed against each other. But, again, this is all going to be for depth. I don't think the Bills really, need – they're not going to get a starting job. So I can't see them beating out the guys, but they need them. It'll be good. It's good competition. I don't know his stats really for Markel Lee. I didn't really look him up. But, hey, good for us. Now, like we were talking about before, it opens up the draft even more. And especially if Terrell Adams could stay at that position, because people thought the Bills would be drafting a linebacker. So if this guy could produce, maybe sign him to a longer deal next year. Again, everybody's signing 1-year deals.
You're talking about Lee?
I'm talking about Adams. If he steps up, he had 114 tackles. So if he continues to produce,
absolutely,
sign him. So it's all part of that progress. There, who knows?
They're all pretty young too. Markel Lee's 25 years old. But I don't think he played last season. He had an ankle injury, so we're gonna see how that plays out, man. We're gonna see how maybe they got him cheap and see what they could. Like I said, the draft's coming. There might be some trade bait. It might be, we don't know yet. We have to see what's going on. But did it kind of surprise me that they got him? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kid didn't play last year due to an ankle injury, so I don't really know too much about him. I know he played for the Raiders, but I really didn't follow him. I didn't go back and watch any tape on him. But if you miss a whole season due to an ankle injury, I mean, is it a risk they're taking? They get him for cheap. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's Bean working his magic.
Yeah. Hey,
gotta trust the process.
He sat a whole year, so hopefully he healed, and not even off season. So hopefully he's okay. Another guy, Christian Wade. Granted, his 3rd year of exemption. I mean, listen, there's 3 things that can happen. If he doesn't make the active roster, they could put him on the exemption deal again. That he can't be called up to play, and no other team could take him. Second thing he could do is make the roster. If he makes the roster, they don't need that exception spot. And the third would be they cut him and then hope he passes waivers, and then they re-sign him, and he could be on the practice squad, and then he could be called up at any time.
That's pretty much what they did to him already. So
no, they didn't cut him.
They never got him back for
the list.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. List 2 years in a row, and I mean, I guess he's happy. I guess he's still getting paid. I mean, it's not much. I don't think compared to everybody else, compared to you and me, I bet it's pretty good, maybe. But I mean,
but how much gas does he have? I mean, I know he's fast. I know he's good. I mean, he really never grasped the playbook, from what I understand. He's 30. He's already 30 years old. You know what I mean?
He turns 30 in May. I mean, he had 8 carries in the one game, 85 yards, because he broke for like a 66 or 60-something yards.
His first carry,
And then he added 4 catches for 55 yards. I mean, those are pretty good numbers for the guy. I know it's preseason. I know it was later on in the game. But, that's pretty good. Me, I told you since last year, I was hoping he made the squad. I was hoping he was on the team. I hope he makes it this year too. If you're going to run 4 running backs, or just cut him, sign him to a practice squad. And if somebody picks him up, at least he gets a chance to go play in the NFL, I hope the kid I hope he makes the squad. Where exactly, I don't know. Teach them how to catch kickoff returns. Kickoffs are not that hard to run back or, catch. I was fine me catching kickoff returns. Don't make me catch a punt though, because I could not catch a punt. I mean, give the guy a chance. Let him play.
For sure, for sure.
I rather would have had him in there, sad to say, than TJ Yeldon or even Tywan Jones if you were going to run. I think he would have been a harder runner. And these what did he play? What the hell is this sport?
Rugby.
These rugby people are crazy. They're running.
Hell yeah, no helmets, no nothing.
No helmets, nothing, running full speed at these guys. And most of these guys are like 2-something full muscle.
Yeah.
And just hitting each other like crazy. So him running with pads, I think he'd be all right. He could take a few shots and keep running. Give him the ball. Real quick, our buddy Dave Brown says, "Let's go Bucks." I don't know what you're doing, Dave. This ain't basketball, son. Tiny from Tiny Angelo says, "Take the background down from the station 1. He's a clown. These are guys I work with. Make no sense right now. Nah, I'm quitting. Thanks for checking in, Angelo, you bum. I'll see you tomorrow. You touched on, here, real quick, by the way, this guy, happy birthday to Gabriel Davis. It's not an April Fool's joke. It's the guy's birthday. Rookie going on second year. Hopefully he even produces more than he did this year since he learned much. The guy's a beast.
What is he, just 21 now, right?
I'm not even sure. I just saw it was his birthday. These guys are all young.
I think he just turned 21, man.
They make me feel old. That's what they do.
Yeah, bro.
Look at these guys.
For sure.
Making me feel old. Now, this was the thing you talked about. This was one of the games against San Fran. We wore an all-white face mask. So I saw online now. Let's see. This is what they posted out. This is from the Buffalo Bills Twitter site. So let's watch this.
No, honey, put that down. It's a gray face mask. We don't touch those.
Yeah, won't be needing these anymore.
Oh my god, you got the wrong one! This is a gray face mask. Come on.
So if they did this whole thing and they're not going to go through with it, it's kind of crazy.
It's a good April Fool's joke.
No, I think they're actually going with all gray. I mean, all white.
All white.
So, according to the site. So let's see if it's true. But I thought it was a little disrespectful throwing the helmet around and doing this and doing that. It's so I get it. But I was like, man, it's kind of disrespectful though, man. You're treating the helmet a little rough. So anyway.
Well, the kid was pissed off. He said, "No, not the gray face mask." But man, the game they played, I believe it was the Kansas City Chiefs when they played with their white face mask. I told you, I was like, man, them helmets look hot. You didn't even notice. You didn't even freaking notice.
For the longest time, I didn't notice. The one picture we had up there was against San Fran. They had all white too.
Okay.
But after you told me, that's when I started noticing it. But I did see like some of those pictures people put up there, and I did see one with like a blue or a red face mask, and I was like, man, that looks really hot too. But
yeah, but once they get the helmet, like I like the old helmets, the red helmets. I think they once they issue the helmet for the year, they can't change it. But the face mask they can, I think once a year, twice a year, whatever. But I think they look good, bro. Just like that color red scheme that they have. Also, you don't like it that much, but I like it. I like the red unis. I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of the red unis, but I mean, to me, it makes sense. I always thought the mask was white. I guess I wasn't really looking at the white, at the gray.
Yeah.
You told me, and then that it just stood out. It was like, are you serious? It just makes no sense. There's no gray on the uniform. Why is there gray on the face mask? Made no sense. Now, I don't know if you saw also McKenzie. I think Gronk did it to Brady, calling him up saying, "You called me, I'm busy," or some stuff like that.
The crank phone call.
So McKenzie went a little crazy. I actually downloaded it too. I believe it's from the Bill side or one of them. So I don't know if you saw it, but I thought it was kind of funny. It was kind of dumb because he didn't play it out. He got out so quick, but it was funny. A little dirty. Here he is playing some tricks.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ben, can I call you back? I'm about to go wet the water.
You gonna do what?
Wet the water. I'll call you back.
Yeah, all right, bye.
Yo! Let me call you back. I'm about to have a baby. Yo, let me call you back. I gotta fold the dishes.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry I was on the phone when you called, buddy.
It's all good, Coach. Hey, Coach, can I call you back? I'm buying a Christmas tree right now.
You're buying a Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Call me back.
Yo!
What up?
Hey, let me call you back. I'm pregnant.
All right.
Hey, can I call you back? I'm in a meeting. Yo! Hey, listen. Let me call you back. I'm having a baby.
Well, why the you call me then?
Yo, let me call you back. I'm Christmas shopping right now.
So Josh Allen wasn't having it. He already knew what was going on. But yeah,
That's pretty funny.
That's the whole family atmosphere, I guess they got.
Yeah,
going
man.
on. Because for you to call the GM,
The coach, the GM, offensive coordinator,
be doing that,
starting quarterback.
yeah,
Damn.
to be doing that, and just that, I'll call you back, and they all picked up too, which is crazy. So it just goes to show you the kind of family atmosphere up there and everything.
Absolutely.
And Micah Hyde was like, I actually had found it.
He knew.
Said, lose my number. and Trey White, why the F you call me that? So.
Yeah, he was doing some ninja moves. I don't know. He was doing. Oh, that's what he was doing. He was doing the McKenzie dance. That's what I was like. What the heck is he doing? He was doing the McKenzie celebration.
So
that's good stuff, though.
They're funny. Again, it just shows you the camaraderie and the love they have up there for one another. It just goes to show you how those guys are with the players, coaches with the players, players with the coaches, with the GM, and everything. And this is not even your star player, you know. So,
yeah,
it's good stuff. Did I have any more notes for you real quick? What was the last thing? Oh, by the way, thought I'd share this with you because, you know, Bleacher Report pegged Emmanuel Sanders' deal as the worst free agency deal the Bills have done. I guess they went through everybody's team and they pegged Emmanuel Sanders. Why? Because the one little thing that got me kind of upset too was, hey, when we talked about it, you got rid of Smoke, you know, after you cut, I think it was Jefferson and who was the other guy they cut? They freed up $14 million. So you go and you cut Smoke, and then you bring in Emmanuel, who's 34 years old, pay him $8 million when Smoke was due. No, pay him $6 million when Smoke was due $8 million. So it was a $2 million difference, which he probably would have taken a pay cut if you wanted him, because now he's set to make $5.5 million. But either way, Brandon Beane wanted Emmanuel Sanders for the long.
I'm happy. I was a little confused, like you are, like a little bit upset about it. But then the more I seen him, I mean, this dude he's a baller. He still runs his routes. Mm-hmm. He's still one of the highest rated on the PF in terms of speed as a wide receiver. So we're getting, I think it's an upgrade over Brown. I love Brown. He was our number one a couple years ago, you know, he should have. I mean, I don't know why Bean wanted him. Bean wanted Sanders, and just looking at his film, man, the dude gets separation. He runs crisp routes. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. I mean, I miss John Brown, of course I do, but I think, my personal opinion, I think Sanders is a little bit of an upgrade on John Brown.
I don't know if I don't know if I would say upgrade. I mean, he's been in the league longer. I mean, he's 34. Brown was a little younger, so that.
But he hasn't lost a step. All the guys are talking about it. He hasn't lost a step.
No, I get that, but still, if I have the youth and it's doing pretty much the same thing as the older guy, I'm gonna go with the youth. In football, not in life, go with the older guy. Go with the older guys in life. Right? But in football, you know, you get a little long tooth out there. But
we talked about it too. I mean, I don't want to keep dragging it on and being a dead horse, but those 5 games that he missed due to injury, we went 5-0 without him. So I think that's kind of the way they're looking at stuff too. You know, one of the variables, like, hey man, we went 5-0 without John Brown. You know, he was our number 2 receiver. You know, Gabriel Davis stepped in.
This is the one thing.
What are you about to say? You're about to cut me off. What are you about to say?
Why even bring in Sanders? You have.
He taking John Brown's spot.
Yeah, I know, but why? We went 5-0 without him, right? Gabriel Davis stepping up. So now you have Gabriel Davis is coming back. So what are you going to do? Push Gabriel Davis back because Emmanuel's going to be outside? Or are you going to push Cole back? I know they're going to do rotations, run 4 wide receivers, maybe 5 wide receivers.
They're probably going to have a 4 wide receiver spread set, man. That's all 4 of them. Diggs, Sanders, Beasley.
So you're not going to.
That's hard to stop, bro. That's going to be hard to stop. Jeez.
Yeah, but I guess Isaiah had.
Look at the big picture, Will. Look at the big picture.
Hodgkins, man, he's not going to get a chance.
I don't know what's going on with him. I got to look him up, see what's going on with him.
They brought in Tanner Gentry or whatever, the ex.
Oh yeah, Gentry. That's right.
Guy. You got all these players.
Well, he's a tight end, but you know.
No, that was not the tight end. Gentry's the receiver.
Yeah.
So we have 1,000 receivers. We could have spent that $6 million somewhere else. But hey, I like Emmanuel Sanders. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying we really didn't need him, especially with the youth we have coming up. But anyway, he got his guy for.
He's been pursuing him for 2-3 years, man.
I know. So he gets his guy. Hopefully, he helps. You know, elevate us more, and we get to the Super Bowl. That's all. Vinny, what else you got? Now we're gonna cut.
That's it, man.
Cut the show a little short. Vinny's got to get up in a few hours. We kept the man up. Everybody knows he's a trucker, but
see the bags. See the bags under my eyes.
He's making sure we get food or clothes or whatever he's delivering out there for us all. So he's got to get up in 4 hours from now. So we got to send this guy to sleep. So as always, check us out on Viva Los Bills on Twitter. Join our Facebook group, Viva Los Bills, and on YouTube. Go subscribe, like our stuff on Viva Los Bills. And for that, I guess we're going to close it. Oh, well, hold on. I got to read this real quick because I don't want Bobby to get mad at me. But we did join. We're not only on I-95 Sports Network, we are on Blackjack TV. But I have to say the right thing. Where is it? I got to try to find it now. Bobby's going to kick my butt. See, this is the time when Bobby's here. I say, hey, Bobby.
That's all right.
What do you got to tell us?
All right. Shout out to Fred Kim Martin real quick, Cold Front News Report. We got to have him on again pretty soon because he's one of the regulars on the show and gives us really good insight on the Buffalo Bills.
So there we are. We're also on Blackjack TV. So we're on channel 199 on Zingo. And then we're calling it I-95 Sports Network on Blackjack TV. So there you go. That's our site. We'll get it down better next week so Bobby doesn't beat us up. For everybody out there, listen, Benny and me, peace. Adios. Until next week. Listen, Benny.
Go Buffalo.
What are we going to do? We're going to start looking at the draft?
We can start looking at the draft and see just a kind of rough draft.
There you go. Rough draft. Before we take a deeper look. All right, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. Adios. Go Buffalo. Peace out.